Claus, how you doing? How's it going? Pretty nice day here today. Yeah, still in Detroit, yep. Out here giving Daisy a little run. Nah, I always wish I got more done, you know. What do you mean picking up med school again? Are you going to medical school? Hey, Tinkerbell. Nah, I don't like fishing. Nah. I grew up on this river. I fished here the whole time as a kid. I mean, compared to like where I live now, you know, this is like mostly carp, catfish, stuff like that. It's not like the greatest fishing. Gets spoiled where I live. Hey Jeff, how you doing? How's it going? It's really kind of slow down here, to tell you the truth, everywhere too. I mean, it is dead. You would believe the restaurant's not open. You know, just really slow. I mean, I even went up to 8 Mile and Woodward today, and down John R. through State Fire. It's just not like it used to be. And like, this is unseasonably warm weather, so you know, I should be running into people left and right. But that's okay. I mean, it's still fun down here. I take Daisy to a park she likes a lot. I get to check out the airplanes. I mean, honestly, it doesn't make sense that I'm home, because once I get there, there's really nothing to do, although I do have things to do this winter. But I like doing this. You know, I take it as it comes. I mean, like today I got 2 so-so interviews. I talked to Ebony for about 20 minutes, and she didn't want to be on camera because she didn't think she looked good enough. And so, I mean, you have days that are just like this, you know. It's just no way of knowing. That's part of the fun of it. But, you know, I'm always hoping I get more content. It's not quite as easy as you think. Oh, good. Did you get some Remeron? And where are you going to medical school? Yeah, insomnia is a tough one. You know, people use Benadryl for it, but I've read some pretty good studies linked to dementia with long-term Benadryl use. And they caution you to not use it as a sleep aid a lot of places. Come on. Wow, look who's enjoying life right there. Wow. There's who's enjoying life. Wow, look at that. Good girl, huh? Yeah, yep. Yeah, as I said, I've had a lot of dogs over the years that I brought out here. and they all love this park. And I think it's because they look out and there's a bunch of open space, and that's what I think it is. Wow, wow, look at that, huh? Wow. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I mean, I had a couple miniature greyhounds, and I used to let them out at the same spot. They'd run around this whole space, about 3 miles, full tilt, come right back to me, and they'd be tired and want to go to sleep. Daisy's not quite a greyhound, but I had pit bulls, did the same thing. Every dog I had liked it. And I think it's because of the open space. They can see where they're going. The grass is low. They don't need to worry about stepping on things or running into things. And they just look around. They just take off. Yeah, Daisy's a cool dog. You know, this is out of my way to go here, but it's, you know, it's either this or no exercise for her. And I know she likes it a lot. Daisy, you like this park, don't you, hon? Huh? You love this park, honey? Yeah, I had the miniature greyhounds. Yeah, they were fast too. It's a true miniature greyhound too. It's not like a mini pincher, another dog. It's a legit greyhound shrunk down over the years. I liked them, but those are rescue dogs as well. I can see why. They're impossible to housebreak. And real skittish. They're more like cats than a dog. I had mine kitty litter box trained, but I still ended up getting all Italian tile floors in my condo in downtown Chicago because, you know, I'd say 95% of the time they were good. Hey, Malka, how you doing? These might be some exercise people that come out here. Come on, Days. Come on. Come on. Come on, Dazer. Daisy. Come on. Yeah, she's a really good dog. I mean, she's no problem at all. You know, I'm looking to get a dog for the clerk at the hotel I stay at, and man, I realize how lucky I am with Daisy. You know, there's just thousands of dogs all over that need a home, and you know, a pit bull's not for everybody. I've had great luck with them. I thought they were good dogs. But when you get into like a size dog like Daisy, they don't really last that long at a shelter, or they're a big problem. But it's nuts what they're getting for puppies nowadays. There's puppies all over out there for $5,000. Oh, hi! I don't know if I'm gonna go down there anymore or not. Hard to say. It's really nice down there. You should go down there and check out the zoo and go to that restaurant. Downtown Toledo's cool. Rich history. It's really a lot of great views down by the water. They got about 5 restaurants down there. It's a nice place. I really like it. Going down there. Great photography if you like that. And, just a fun place to visit. Hey, Pete. I think these might be some of these professional discus players. Come on, Days. Come on. They come out here and practice sometimes. Come on. Come on. Good. How you doing, JD? Yeah, I've always done that. Can't answer that while I'm on a chat. Come on. Come on, Daisy. Really nice out. Oh, thank you. No, I'm still in Detroit. Yep, actually a suburb, about 15 miles west. Come on. I was there all day today, though, this morning. I got there early this morning. Come on. Yeah, she does have. She likes to scream. Come on, Dazer. Can't believe this nice weather we're getting. Intellectual Pizza. He lives up where I do, same town, West Branch, Michigan. Come on, Daisy. Come on. Good girl, hon. I'll tell you what, if you're into photography, you can't beat Gary, Indiana, especially for railroad shots. Come on, hon. It's a lot of open access. I mean, there are places with good railroad yards like Detroit and Toledo, but you don't have very good access to them. You can't get inside there and see. There isn't like a good overpass to get a good look. So, but Gary, it's much different. Basically, you have great access everywhere. Hey, Claudia, how you doing? So I saw Ebony today, and a couple new ladies. They weren't exactly all that thrilled about talking, but as I said, that happens. Yeah, I don't blame you. I mean, I think, I'll tell you, if you look at the cost of living in Toledo, you can get a big bang for your buck down there. And you're right down the road from Detroit. There's 1,000 things to do. Good zoo, you can get a yearly pass. 99 bucks, and you can go to a lot of other zoos too. That's the first time I've been to that zoo, and I can't even tell you when. I almost got the pass, but I'm not a big fan of the Detroit Zoo, and I think once every 15 or 20 years is good enough for me. Yeah, I mean, you'll see when I upload these interviews, it was just kind of like, and I approached like 3 people today in a different part of town. They didn't want to do an interview, which is rare. And the 2 that I got, unrelated to Ebony's, which is really kind of a thank you video, and she went through and got some clothes as well. You know, it was like they weren't exactly both feet in on it. But that's how it goes. I never force a conversation. So, yeah, it was kind of just different, you know what I mean? I got the impression when I walked up to people today like I was in an alien suit or something. That's how they reacted. The Daisy, that's not going to affect her partying. Is it, hon? It's not going to affect your partying, is it, hon? Hey, how you doing, Nellie? So that happens. Yeah, there are some willow trees. Not many, though, I'll tell you that. And they're not in this section. They're in another part. I'll tell you where there's probably the nicest willow tree I've ever seen, and that is down at that Bellinger Park at River Rouge. Just a perfect tree. It's been there forever. Giant, man. That's withstood some big-time storms. Nah, I don't think they were really high, and I've done enough of this where, you know, I never usually get that reaction, and plenty of people were high, so scratch that. I actually have a date tonight, if you can believe it. It was weird, you know, just people like really weren't that enthralled about talking. And as you'll see when I upload these videos later, Ebony didn't want to be on camera. A couple, 3 people said, nah, it's okay. Just kind of like a, I'm glad I didn't start out like that. Yeah, I got a date today. Yep, I do. Yeah, I know what you mean. Looked like it was going to rain earlier, but I guess not. Yeah, GoFundMe. Now, what's that for exactly? That GoFundMe is for what, Shannon? Nowhere. Oh, it'll go well. I've dated her before. Yeah, it's going to be a positive date, yeah, that's for sure. I've known her for a while. Come on. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'll have a good time. That's good thinking, Eric. You want me to pick you up a bottle? That's a good idea. Yeah, I was thinking about that. I might have to leave Daisy in the van for a little bit. Come on. Get a drink of your water. No, hardly at all, barely. This real fine, like fur in the spring usually. You can barely see it. What you'll notice is like if you're vacuuming, like how dust gets around like the legs of a table or TV stand or something, but hardly anything at all. It's surprising how much dander Daisy sheds though. She gets up on my dash and you'll see sometimes where it'll be kind of opaque looking. That's only after like a day or two. Like I actually have to get a Windex with extra ammonia in it because it's hard to get off. And I cleaned it last night and she's been up there all day today on and off. And I'll bet you can see it if you look against it. I mean, it's a lot. You wouldn't notice it unless it was something like that where she would be pressed up against the glass. And you wouldn't think it would stick the glass the way that it does. Because it's not like you see it on her hair. It's like super fine. It almost looks like spray paint, believe it or not. Yeah, man. I'll ask him. Yeah, I wouldn't be big on that shedding. I know people that have like full-size German Shepherds in their house, and I don't think that'd be for me, man. There is hair all over everything. You getting a drink, hon? That's Daisy, a little warthog. That's my little warthog, hon. Hey, have any of you guys ever used an SD card reader that you could plug in and use it as a player on a smart TV. I know they have them because a remote control comes with them, so you can plug the HDMI cable from the card reader into the TV, and then you use the remote. I'm just wondering if anybody's used one, and what's your experience? Is it good or bad or not? Because sometimes I'd like to see some of the things that I do on a big TV, and with an SD card reader, that'd be a way to do it. I could like have a lot on there. Klaus, where are you going to medical school? Yeah, you know, I've looked them up, and they look like they're okay. But there's a big price range difference in them, you know? I mean, I have card readers, you know, I use them all the time for my Nikon camera and my video camera when I download them to my laptop. It's the same principle, only with this one, you plug there's an HDMI cord coming out the back of it. You plug your SD card in there, and then you have a little remote, and you just like hit play, and off you go. There may be a slot in one of my 2 TVs too, and I gotta check for that before I actually order it. Man, it's crazy now, shopping online and stuff. You gotta see that. I think it's another new Amazon building up where I watch airplanes. It's the same design, and it's just south of there, but I'm not 100% sure it's Amazon. But man, I can remember waiting forever to get stuff shipped in the mail. Take forever. Even as a kid, be ordering like fishing lures from Cabela's. Take forever. I'll bet now with the way that business has turned out with online, and it's almost cost prohibitive to have a freestanding store, that I bet a lot of these places wish that they didn't have all these freestanding buildings any longer. You know, McDonald's used to boast about being the largest single owner of commercial real estate in the country. And man, I bet they wish those days are behind them. I know a lot of these franchises are going to wanting you to own the property in the building. They don't want it any longer, which is a telltale sign that it's probably not that good of a deal. Oh, do you, Claudia? See, but mine's never going to be on the phone. It's always going to be on an SD card. It's better quality. I mean, just the sensor size of a phone's kind of small. So I'd rather do it from the SD card into a reader into the TV anyway, even if I could. I had that Roku for a while and watched YouTube videos, but I didn't really like Roku. I just got rid of my cable, man. It's $110 a month. I barely watch it, and there's nothing on. You know, when you want to watch a rerun of Gilligan and it's a premium channel, you're in trouble. Oh, cool. Yeah, the Fire Stick. I know a little bit about those. And a guy was telling me, I just got a buddy of mine got back surgery today. I guess they had that Apple TV. I'm not really sure how that works. And I'm not really sure how streaming video works. Like YouTube TV and stuff. I don't know. I'm not that into it because I don't really watch TV that much, but occasionally I like to watch it, but not for $110 a month. You know, for the last year I've been thinking about getting rid of it. There have been times when I haven't had TV for a while because I just got fed up with the bills. So once that promotional deal goes away and it goes up to like the regular rate, forget it. It's just not worth it to me. Yeah, even utilities and stuff are a lot. Like, I'm lucky I'm in a condo, so I have neighbors paying for the heat on both sides of me. I've got an insulated garage, and the exposure, I've got a big basement, a small downstairs, and a small upstairs. Well, I don't know if it's small, maybe medium. But the highest bill I've ever had is $100 a month, and believe me, I keep it warm in there. I'm not running around with a sweater on in the winter. But I'm lucky to get away with $100 because, like I said, there's people on both sides. It was the same thing when I was in Chicago. Where they nail us is we have expensive water. The prior administration mismanaged the system for the purification plant, and then they got nailed with a big bill. And it's nothing to have $100 a water month bill where I live, and I don't even hardly use it. Where they nail you is on the sewer, even if you're not taking 2 showers a day. So your bill's not cheap, even if you're not hardly using it, the water. Daisy's my little fire stick. You my fire stick, hon? Huh? You good girl? You my little fire stick, hon? Wow. Wow, hon. Well, that's the way to do it, Catherine. Yeah, where I live, housing is going up, just like down here. It doesn't make any sense to me. I've had pretty decent houses before. I got a decent one in Florida, and when I lived in Chicago, I lived on the 32nd floor for about 12 years in a condo. It was nice. But I'll tell you, as I've gotten older, man, I just don't care about like clothes, houses, cars. It's like, it just doesn't really interest me. Wow, huh? Want to sit over here, hon? Let's go sit over here. Let's go sit over here, hon. Let's go sit over here, hon. You having fun, hon? Shannon, what is that GoFundMe for? Hey Faye, how you doing? Yeah, utilities are high places. I'll tell you who really gets nailed. These people think they want to live in these old farmhouses. That's a problem in Detroit too. You know, rent's pretty high down there, and part of the reason is these old buildings with high ceilings, inefficient heat, and older furnaces, man, it'll eat you alive. Farmhouses are even worse. You look at those old colonial looking homes that you just think are so cool. Yeah, go look at their electric bills like in January and February. Yeah, I'm chasing a lot of 47. No winners. I think it's 29.5 million or something. You believe that? No winners. Klaus, you think that insomnia is linked to anxiety or depression? Hey Patricia, how you doing? Yeah, I haven't had a mortgage payment in a long time, and I don't think I'd ever do that again if I could avoid it. You know, I look back in the houses and stuff I own. I lived free everywhere my whole life after I sold them, even Chicago included. So you see the difference between people that can't swing a down payment, that never own a home. they end up paying up the ass in an apartment or a trailer park or whatever. If you can't cross that line between owning and renting, you just look at the math and it's like, it's such a big difference. I feel bad for people. Yeah, that's what I would do, 15-year mortgages, yeah. Good for you, Catherine. That's a good deal. I mean, you go out to places like Ann Arbor, and Detroit has high taxes. Ann Arbor's taxes are nuts. I know plenty of people in Ann Arbor paying 20 grand a year in property taxes, which isn't deductible. Yeah, it's a good deal, Catherine. Oh, that's right. You were looking for another place. Shannon, did you get anywhere making any phone calls about your living arrangement? Did you know? Did you figure out what you're going to do? Yeah, see, that's a problem where I live, is water. The water's ridiculous. That lady that moved in next to me that had 3 kids, she had a like $300 water bill her first month. And it's because of those kids taking baths and stuff all the time. Oh, are the rents a lot in Florida? That's how it is in Chicago as well. I know they really nail people for the winter, but I know rents are coming down some places, even San Francisco, which I never thought I'd know about in my lifetime. Oh, really, Jeff? Yeah, I believe that. Yeah, that's a tough one. Oh, is he? So is the landlord got some kind of beef with you because of the kids? I know that even in some of the units that were rented in my place, sometimes the landlords go in there and they see what kids have done. And even though it's just normal wear and tear, I mean, you got a bunch of young kids, things happen, right? It's not like they're walking through the hallway with a sledgehammer. But just from the little bit that I've experienced in talking to people that have rented, they try their hardest not to rent to kids, people with kids. Oh, sorry about that. No kidding, Tyler, huh? Yeah, if you look at that airport I go to sometimes up in Oscoda, you'll look at Lake Van Etten. If you look at Oscoda, Michigan, the Air Force Base, and they used to do a lot of simulated airplane crashes, and that fire retardant they used, got into the ground, into the soil, and those carbon atoms are hard to break down. Bottom line is, that lake is toast, and so is all the ground around it. Well, the government's dragging their feet now because of funding. So, the property values up there around Van Etten Lake, which was usually considered pretty nice, are down big time. You can't give away a house there right now. I mean, who'd buy one? All you got to do is do a Google search, and if you could buy a house that was around a contaminated lake and one that wasn't, which one would you buy? Oh, gotcha. Now, did you contact legal aid by chance? A lot of states, you can't evict somebody during this COVID stuff, even if you wanted to. Having fun on? Yeah, dogs, big time. Yeah, I don't, but I think that's state by state. I don't think it's a federal deal. I think it's all state because it's housing related. I mean, the federal government could do that if you want. You know, on the same token, I mean, it sucks that people are going to get evicted. But I'm kind of curious. I don't know any landlords of commercial properties, but I can't help but wonder what the mortgage companies are doing with these people that own these rentals that aren't collecting rent. I mean, are they getting any kind of break? I mean, that would be some big time stress to have some big monthly nut and nobody's paying rent. Yeah, I gotcha. That's a big difference, right? Not evicting, just not renewing leases. I suppose you could always use the angle of discrimination. That, you know, you could argue that they're not renewing your lease because you've got 6 kids. So if there's somebody in there that's getting their lease renewed that's single and you didn't, under the same circumstances, even if they were late, that's what would force them to pony up. Yeah, like when I was living down in Chicago, and those were pretty good days up until I left there about 10 years ago, and it was already heading south. It took me forever, and I had a premium condo. I had to give away a $30,000 parking spot, but I didn't mind because it would have cost me more to park the 12 years I lived there than 30 grand. So even though I would have liked to sold it, and they were super desirable at one time, you know, I've seen markets change before. Good girl, honey. Oh, yeah. Go ahead, hop up there, baby. I don't know if it's too many or not. I mean, they allowed him to live there to begin with. Why would it be too many now? And it wasn't too many when they let him move in. Shannon, did you if you put a GoFundMe, go ahead and send it to me, and I'll put a link up for it later. Yeah, I think the problem you're having that he's your ex. Are you both on the lease? Hey, Johnny. Yeah, vans are cool. I don't know about living in one all the time. You know, that's not the cakewalk you'd think it is either. You can't just there's a lot of places you can't stay in a van. You know, people think that you can be a truck driver and park your truck in a Walmart wherever you want. That's not true. Some Walmarts you can, some you can't. I know 2 guys that got tickets for doing that. I think it's an ordinance in the town that the Walmart's in. But like private places don't want you parking in their parking lot. I don't even know if you can spend the night in a rest stop legally. Yeah, send me a link to your GoFundMe to my email, Shannon. I'll post it for you later. keeps going this way, we're all going to be homeless. I'm sure you're going to be stressed out to the max, Shane. And from a legal perspective, as long as he's living there, it may be in your best interest to get married again. I know that sounds crazy, like you're divorced and you don't see him. And if it kept you in that place because he's disabled, I mean, there's all sorts of ways to attack this problem. It's Tom Reed, Tom Reed, Reed, 1956 at gmail.com. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind doing it. It could happen to anybody, you know, and it is happening to a lot of people. You know how life is, man. Doors opening and closing and lock, no lock, and, you know, having a company you work for gets sold. Believe me, I get it, so no problem. Yeah, in a car, man, it's not easy. I'm sure you got to be like stressed out to the max. Shannon, what state do you live in? Oh, you're still married? Oh, okay. Well, that's good. I think that may be good. You might want to play the disability angle. There's a way around this. I mean, it may not be pretty, but the name of the game is staying there. And if you were around here, I'd go over there and do a video. She needs help because her husband's disabled. She's got 6 kids. And they need a place to live, and the landlord isn't renewing their lease. So we'll help you out as much as we can. Yeah, it's no problem. I mean, you know, honestly, I don't, you know, I say this all the time. I'm not one of these guys that think I get a good feeling because helping someone out that's down on their luck. I don't know why I'm like this, to be honest with you, but I'm glad that I am. But I just think it's like it's something everybody would do. They should do. That's just my opinion on it. Like lately, like today, I got a $10 sandwich and I gave a $20 tip, and I've been doing that a lot when I was down there. And the reason I do it is because I know the predicament they're in, and what makes me feel bad for them is they're getting stuck helping prepare a lot of to-go orders, and they're waitresses. They're making like $1.58 an hour or something like that. And I've been lucky in life, and it's no big deal. I'm glad that I'm able to do it. I feel good that I can do it. And they're so shocked, like when I do this. I would hope more people would do it. Air-Cooled did it the other day, left a 100% tip. This isn't normal times. This isn't like playing the big shot. It's not like I'm trying to date some cute waitress. It's just, to me, the decent thing to do. I'll give you another example. When I was out, took that Montana trip, I forgot some of my card readers and SD cards. I left it in a small bag, blah, blah, blah. So I got it overnighted, 2-day overnighted. They didn't have one night. 2-day overnighted. Well, if it's not there in like whatever it was, 48 hours or 24 hours or whatever the hell it was, you get it free. Well, they were 33 minutes late. And I waited. If you remember, I waited in my car until, you know, I got it and then I took off. And to me, there's a perfect example right there. Like 33 minutes late, the post office does their job. Something happened where they didn't get it within 24 hours. And I'm not going to be that kind of asshole to turn in a claim to get it for free because they were a little late. These are the things that you make decisions on in life. What kind of person you're going to be. You know, yeah, I mean, I thought about it. I get disappointed in myself for even thinking about stuff like that. But there's plenty of examples like that, you know, where you just take the high road. Here I get all my stuff shipped to me. I would have been absolutely screwed if I didn't get it in a short time frame. So I'm willing to pay for it. Yeah, and I'll tell you another thing too. I mean, I do believe in karma, but when I do something, I'm not doing it thinking that I'm going to get good things happen to me. I mean, I joke with people, if I give somebody $20, I don't record what I do when I'm on the road. I only do those verifications so that people know that what they sent is getting handed out. But I joke about doing that and getting run over by a car. After I give somebody $20, I think I'm going to get in a head-on. It doesn't work that way. Like, you do something good and you're going to get good return. So I don't believe in that either. So either you do it or you don't, and once it's done, it's done. I love doing stuff anonymously. Yeah, I mean, you can't bullshit yourself. And, I wasn't always this way. I learned along the road of life like everybody else. Yeah, but I am 100% believer in karma. I really believe it. And if I ended up getting a big shaft, at least I have the luxury of knowing that I didn't have anything to do with it. It wasn't like I did some shitty thing or, crappy thing. So if I get bent over down the road, I'll never say I deserved it, because I didn't. But shit happens. Risk management. It's why I don't ride a motorcycle. You can run for 50 years and not have a damn thing happen. But if you look at the data, which is everywhere, you can also be a quadriplegic, which I'm not willing to roll the dice on. If you look at statistics, flying an airplane is safe, skydiving is safe. Cave diving is not. Riding a motorcycle is not. Yeah, I mean, I just decided to go that way with it, And, we'll see what happens. I mean, all as you can do is line up the ducks as well as you can. And that's all you can do, But these people that go around, these people murdering people, and these crazies that rip people's money off and do bad things, it gets them. And I think it gets them unrelated to religion. The only big glitch is that it's the time frame. When you see some son of a bitch ripping everybody off and screwing everybody, and he's building big houses and taking extravagant vacations and had his beautiful wife, it just doesn't seem fair. Well, I don't think that way anymore. Does anybody like that? I think to myself, your day's coming, buddy. Yeah, no problem. I'll have to do that when I get back to my hotel room, which will be a little while, but I will do it for you. Yeah, it's got to be a lot of stress. I mean, Shannon, you know how it is. Like, when you were having these kids, looking down the road, you never thought you were going to experience this. It just kind of happens. And who expected the economy to tank and that a good job is considered $11 an hour? And if you're older, forget it. You got all these companies on a shoestring payroll because of COVID. They can't bring back the people that are supposed to be working there now, let alone hire somebody new. It's just a bad time in society right now. That's why I wish I would win that damn Powerball or something. I would give it away. I swear to God I would. I would give it away. Like, you take little restaurants like this, barely hanging out. I'll give you an example. I ate at that Greek restaurant today, which is good. And now they came up with this thing now where when you go into a restaurant, if you're going to eat there, you got to give them your name and number. And in case there's a COVID break, they can call you, which just seems nuts to me. But anyway, I'm there at noon. It's an established, good restaurant. I'm there at noon and I see no names. I'm the first to dine in all day at lunchtime. So, you know, it's bad out there. I eat at this Italian place near my hotel. Great food. Same thing, was in there yesterday. I was getting it to go, but I happened to look at the list they had for, you know, putting your contact information down for this COVID. 5 people since 5 o'clock, and I was in there at 8. And this is an otherwise busy, nice Italian restaurant. I just feel bad for these people, man. I mean, so what? I give a $20 tip deal. You know, I'll tell you, some people don't even want to take it. I think there's strings attached. No, $11 isn't enough. On the same token, sometimes I think that our culture, at least in this country, got used to a lifestyle that was probably not commensurate to their education and life experience. In other words, you had high full circle. So maybe this is how it was always supposed to be. And if you look at third world, you know, maybe our middle class was too successful for a unique time when everybody was buying everything from the United States because they didn't have a plan B. The whole world makes cars now. We don't need to, we have to beg people to buy our corn and wheat. It's a different economy, and new ball. Kind of a cute little town. Yeah, they should have stopped buffering by now. Sorry about that. That's why I haven't been doing the lives from my hotel. It's not working too well. It did last week, but this week has been a disaster. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of, it's a tough time, man. I know it sounds crazy, but I do know with some of the people that I cross paths with that I interview, you know, that the drugs, it dulls the pain. I know it sounds nuts, but I mean, being in their situation, sober would seem impossible. Oh, that's cool, Shannon. Yeah, that's good. I mean, if I think anybody that's a regular in a, you know, beauty parlor or do they even call them that anymore? A waitress, whatever. I hope everybody gives them a big tip because they're not making any money. You know, they're really caught in kind of a quagmire in the sense that they can't get unemployment because they're still working, but yet they're limited to 50% and they're nowhere near that. So you're kind of screwed either way. You have to just go in there even though you know you're not going to do shit for tips because a lot of these places are to go only. So they call the waitresses in. It's like, yeah, well, you know, we'll give you a minimum wage to help us schlag these to go orders. Yeah, great, man. I don't know why, but it's a pet peeve of mine. I get annoyed when I see people not give a tip for a to-go order. I guess that's why they get it to go, but in this day and age, I think you should give them a tip. Yeah, it's a bitch, man. Anybody who's working is lucky. Yeah, that's what our gas is around here. People go through to knock a dime a gallon off gas. It's nuts. Now this little ice cream store used to be pretty good up here. They have Saunders hot fudge, but they use soft serve ice cream, which sucks. You can tell the economy's bad. You go by these places like where I'm at, and you know, the party stores, the signs, the lights don't work. The parking lot hasn't been resurfaced or striped in forever. It's because they can't afford it. You look at like who's driving new pickups now? Government, power companies. You don't see any Joe Blow business buying new trucks now. They're trying to stay afloat, and a big ass $500 a month car payment isn't going to do it. No, people don't realize how they make their paycheck. My dad was really ignorant like that. He thought that waiters and waitresses should get better jobs. He just never got it. Just stupid, ignorant Scotch guy. I mean, those are the kind of things, like if you're dating somebody and they make a comment like that, like if you were out on a date and they made a comment like, well, I don't think beauticians should get a tip. I mean, they chose that. They should have went to college. Gone. See you later. Somebody bitches about leaving a tip to a waitress. You know, they should have a better job. See ya. Total turn off. Moving on. Those aren't little things. Those are huge things. It just speaks volumes on somebody's character. Oh, okay, Diane, how you doing? Did you get some platinum front teeth put in? Here's Captain Nemo's. I already ate today, though. St. Aloysius. I actually went over here to a kid in a Catholic school for a while. I remember walking out when I was 5 years old, and I walked over to the priest's house and said, I gotta get out of here, man. They're being mean to me. Yeah, I mean, and I think these are exceptional times, so, I mean, you gotta, like, do something crazy for me not to give a good tip. Because, I mean, really, like, oh, I never complain about anything. I could order a hamburger, you could bring me a hot dog. I'm gonna go in here and get some KY jelly. Some Magnum rubbers. It's a big night tonight. I must perform to my fullest. You guys hear me okay? It's like this damn screen's stuck. These damn chats are frustrating me. That's why I don't do them if they're not working right, you know? Well, hang on. I'm going to go in here and get something real quick. Daisy, you guard the van, hon. Okay? Guard the van, honey. Oh, good. I'll be right back. Be here, Daisy. Be right back, honey.
Hi, hon. Hi, girl. Oh, my baby, honey.
Sorry about that. Hi, hon. You feeling good, hon? Huh? Oh, that's alright. I'm used to it. At least you guys aren't making channels about me. So it's an improvement. See, this another. I love this little town. This is Romulus. This is all federal money that puts these new buildings in here. Look at this grocery mart. Everything went out of business. That's why I got to be careful when they do this gentrification that you don't get suckered. I've seen it happen a million times. They go in, they got all this great looking shit, and it looks like it's going to be great, and it's all fake money. All government backed, Chamber of Commerce backed loans, and it all goes tits up, and the taxpayer gets stuck with the bill. Yeah, Barry, you've been a problem before. So get lost. Oh, binge style. Yeah, you know, a lot of people say that about interviews. They get on there and watch one. I mean, they're interested. I see why they do it. I mean, not because I uploaded it, but because it's interesting. Yeah, we don't talk about politics. I don't think anybody knows, though. I'm barely checking it out. It's so suspicious. I was talking to a buddy of mine in Atlanta today, and like evidently there's some kind of problem in Atlanta with the biggest county with voters, and they're already bullshitting these people. So it's hard to say. Yeah, I think they're interesting. They're interesting to me. Now I uploaded it today. I mean, I don't ever want to say one interview is better than another, but you know, to keep it real, some interviews are more interesting than others. And what happens sometimes is I run into people, of course, they want the $10 for 5 minutes, which, you know, you'd have to smack me over the head with a baseball bat not to give it to you. So I don't know what somebody's going to stay until the camera starts rolling. And a lot of times they're just kind of like humdrum interviews. That's the way it is. I really don't have a problem with it. I kind of get an idea sometimes what I think people are going to like, but hey, it is what it is. But you'll see what I mean when I upload them. Yeah, I'll tell you, I don't trust that voting anymore. There's so much crap going on nowadays. It's one of my favorite areas around an airport. I do notice that around the airport it has been busier, which is a nice sign. I like to see that. I don't know why they make this a three-way stop. Yeah, just suspicious of it all. I've lost confidence in so many things. Of course, the media, the news. Now we got Jerry Springer show. Until you read at the bottom of the screen, you realize it's two guys running for president. It's embarrassing. It's just so different now. People like can't afford rent, no jobs. You know what I mean? And just a stressful time. I think that's why I just drive around like a lunatic. Keeps me from thinking about it. I was reading a study the other night on ADD, and they said that what gets people in trouble with ADD is when they're sitting idle. And that's when their brain starts to go haywire. It's thinking all these great things to do. I'm sure I have it. But when I was young, it wasn't trendy to diagnose somebody with that. You were just a little brat. Now they got a medical term for it. You know, it was kind of funny if you didn't sit in your seat when I was a kid. Now it's like a medical problem that requires immediate intervention. I mean, the other side of that is I think I've learned a lot of cool stuff because of it. You know, we've got a lot of going on. So see that new building up there? I think that's a new Amazon building. I think I'm going to go up there and check that out, actually. Amazon's got this monster building up here. It's the biggest building I've ever seen in my life. It's like bigger than that convention center in Orlando where they have all these world trade shows. It's huge. It's just north of this, but I see this property isn't exactly getting sold like they thought it was gonna, but this new building here, I don't know if this is Amazon or not. See all this concrete had to be replaced? Not even that old. That's another thing I'm suspicious about some of these construction sites. I mean, if you have to do it over again, it's double money. Now, if it goes to the same contractor, I think I'd have my radar on. Yeah, look at this new building back here. See, now Amazon paid for all this new infrastructure here, these roads, these lights, and all this stuff. Oh, thank you, Kate. I haven't really done that much. I mean, I do a little, you know. I'm coming up with another game plan. The handing out stuff, it's too time consuming. And the women aren't reliable, and I got a little problem with some of the money going to them, and you know, too much money, and not wearing the things they were given before, and it's just a whole bunch of things that's taken the fun out of it. I don't mind helping them out, but I don't want to be spinning my wheels, and I don't, in good conscience, want the stuff that people are sending to go to good use and not discarded somewhere. What is this? Coming soon. Let me look what this is. Oh, it looks like a big office building. Maybe it is an Amazon. Sure is nice looking though. I think the day of the outlet mall's over. I don't think they're building any outlet malls anywhere. I don't know why they would. I mean, you might be right, but that looks like a big office building. I thought this was an Amazon deal because it kind of looks like Amazon. I think I've showed you guys this Amazon building. I'll just cut up there real quick to show it to you. Now, as I said, Amazon, you know, paid this to have all this new stuff put in. This was dirt roads not long ago, and these were just filled with trees. I never used to be able to watch planes there, land there, because it was a forest. But now I can, because it's all cleared fields. But here's this Amazon building up here, which you're not going to believe. This is the biggest building I've ever seen, you know, like one place. It's really nice looking. I'm going to show you this giant Amazon building. I'll tell you another thing that's kind of interesting too. You know, the post office, everybody that worked there, of course, dreaded the holidays because you worked your ass off. I don't know if you noticed or not, but at least where I'm at, the carriers get paid by the piece. Well, now every day is like Christmas with Amazon shipping and internet shipping. They are swamped all day long. That's why, and that's another problem I was having. The post office gets mad at me for having boxes sent when I'm out of town for a month at a crack. They run out of space. So look at the size of this giant Amazon building. So this is a Amazon warehouse. You know, a bunch of other stuff, but this will give you the size. You know, you see these states and these cities covet these people for to move to their areas because, you know, they bring a lot of jobs. Well, that's no shit. Look at the size of the building. The power company ought to give them a big hug. Just look at the size of this place. This is Romulus, Michigan. Yeah, they're controlling everything. You know, I find it kind of ironic that Amazon is taking over malls, and here Amazon is what helped the malls go out of business. I mean, I guess that's how capitalism's supposed to work. I don't know what people are complaining about. Even around here, like in malls that are traditionally would be considered upscale or very nice, are having huge problems. Like Briarwood in Ann Arbor. God damn, man. They didn't mess around on these speed bumps. Yeah, Michigan, yeah. Yeah, Walmart, you would have thought a company like that would have got on the pickup shipping quicker. They were really late to the game. Walmart's not doing okay when it comes to Costco in the same area. Costco kicks their ass everywhere they go, and Walmart has not been able to come up with a solution. But look at the size of this place. Yeah, it's huge. I mean, like crazy big. I'm sure they have this gate here, so that way when you come out of the parking lot, you're forced to be in front of a security camera. It's just not people cutting through cars wherever they feel like. And you have the kind of money they have. You can hire consultants. And you can build a new facility like this, which is state of the art. See, they got a whole wing for recruiting. I'm telling you, getting employees is hard nowadays for everybody. Isn't that a huge building? I think it is. I'm always kind of surprised that I don't see like a security guard or driving up to me asking me what in the hell I'm doing. I'm sure somebody's watching me drive around. No, he's the richest. Isn't he the richest man? Is he the richest man in the United States or the world? Yeah, Alexa, you better believe it. Look at this monster. So when you're wondering why places want to recruit Amazon, that's why. Looks like the Pentagon. Isn't that crazy? I couldn't remember. I'm not really sure. So all this stuff. See, these are all being cleared. But the property where I watched the planes, this was all farmland. A lot of it still is farmland. Kind of hate to see all these trees get cut down, but what are you going to do? There's still farm fields. You can tell they don't give a shit about it. It's soybeans 6 inches tall. That's because they planted them late and they didn't really care if they grew or not, but it's enough to get the agricultural exemption. I see they don't want you turning left up here, which I don't really understand. Oh, 1 million square feet. Wow. Thank you for looking that up. No kidding, huh? Yeah, and I think they're seems like I saw they were expanding, but I may have that wrong. which is why I thought this other building was Amazon. I know I promised a couple of people I'd send them a copy of this dead tree up here, which I am going to do. I just haven't been home long enough to like set up everything just right and pick the best photo I have of this tree, but I haven't forgot about you. Yep, all about the money. Yeah, I get my oil changed every 3,000 miles. I don't burn any oil either, can you believe that? This thing's a tank. I'll tell you, I don't know how you guys feel about it, but obviously I'm not really into the aesthetics of a vehicle. But I do maintain it. I mean, I do care that it runs well. I just don't care what it looks like. And that's really a comforting feeling. If I get a door ding, a window chip, I don't give a shit. I'm not worried about it. Oh, I got a scratch in my car. To me, it just adds some new character. There's a plane coming in out there. Yeah, I'm gonna head down to Kentucky. Thanksgiving. See, now these guys right here, they didn't plant this field, and they got to be paying tax up the yin yang. The big trick in real estate is getting zoning changed. People that go in and buy farmland and convert it to commercial, that's where the bucks is at. And that's not always that easy to do. You know, you look at Romulus as like not that great of a town. Well, that's maybe what people used to think, but I think Romulus is a little gold mine now. They got a lot going on here. See, look at this big giant Delta Hotel closed. Closed. There's always a couple vehicles hanging around out here I can't figure out. What the hell are they doing in there? This Wyndham Garden? Now, I guess it says under new management, but it looks like it's just work trucks here. Yeah, and I noticed up here, some of these other places are busier, like this place up here on the left. This Travelodge got a few people under new management. Yeah, when you run a place into the ground, you gotta have new management. But this place is 4 Points. That's been a couple different things. The Crown Plaza. And there's a Sheraton up here that's busy. See, that place, the Embassy Suites, is busy. So it's nice to see a little, this roadway inn's kind of like a looks like an old Knights Inn. I see they're building a new Starbucks and a hamburger place here. Man, what a time, but they haven't really been doing much. What a time to start a new business. 50% occupancy. Hell, it's hard enough making it when it's 100% occupancy. This is where Air Cooled says he saw me the other day. Somebody else said they saw me. No, Romulus is nice now, getting nice. It's really nice. Well, that's Starbucks. They've been shutting down a fair share of their locations. Man, when I moved to Chicago, I'm not shitting you, there were places downtown, not on a big intersection, a small intersection, where there'd be one on every corner. I'm not kidding you. You got to give them A+ for marketing. Yeah, Subway, it'd be fine with me. Anybody I know that ever opened a Subway went out of business. But yet, you go in Barnes & Noble and it'll tell you the #1 franchise, Subway. Depends on who you're asking. Yeah, get Jay-Z a hamburger. Yeah, you're right about that, Claudia. Things like that matter. Comfortable seating. You know, another thing I've noticed too? I'll give you an example that comes to mind. Leon's, where I eat breakfast near sometimes.
How can I help you?
Plain hamburger, please. That cool?
Sorry, yeah, 105 first one, thank you.
All right, thanks. It matters when you do a lot of nice interior decorating. I know that when McDonald's does a lobby renewal, their business goes up 21% and stays up there. Now you'd think, why would that be? It's the same people coming through. People like nice stuff. If you go into a nice diner and they have comfortable seating, nice air conditioning, marble tops, you know, quality, architectural lighting, cove ceilings, it makes you think, man, I'm in a nice place, rather than some dump. It makes for a better business. Hang on, I gotta get this money out of my pocket. Yep. Thank you. Yeah, I don't like McDonald's food. I don't think they have anything that's good anymore. You want a good hamburger, get a Culver's. Really good. Yeah, gyros are the same everywhere now.
95 cents.
Thank you.
You're welcome, have a great day.
Oh, did they can their salads? Yeah, they were a problem even when they first came out. You know, and then they had the listeria issue with lettuce, and you know, you get 10 times the problems with a salad than you would with making what you're good at, hamburgers and fries. Why bother? But they've figured it out, like X amount of people, when you got somebody with you and they're a vegetarian, that's why they have those rogue items anywhere. A steak place always has a fish item or a veggie thing. Hey, Stephanie. Yeah, those are good. Don't you think they're good cheeseburgers, Nicole? Yeah, their Wi-Fi is pretty good, yeah. Yeah, they hardly sell any Big Macs at all now. They used to sell a lot of them.
Hamburger plain?
Yep, thank you.
There you go. Have a nice day.
You too. She told me to have a nice day. Daisy's gonna have a nice day because the hamburger's for her. Yeah, they sell a lot of sweet tea. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, look what we got going here today. Wow. Told you she liked hamburgers. She likes the bread too, but I don't give it to her, make her too fat. I can't really tell if Daisy should be on a diet or not. She's got this weird big thick torso. I'm gonna weigh her when I get home. If she weighs more than 25, I throw the buns to the birds. If she weighs more than 25, she's gonna have to go on a diet. My fault, Daisy. Love you, hon. Want to get you treats all day. See, now this is another weird road back here. Another place that went out of business. Yeah, most dogs, it's a no-brainer. You could tell that, no, they got some trucks back here. I never saw those before. Yeah, I guess now. See, you're trying to get rid of all this property back here too. Roads are terrible. Hey Claire, how you doing? "14 acres, 18 acres. I'll tell you one thing, I'm shocked that this property has been vacant all these years. You know, I grew up far from here, and I thought for sure, after all these years went by, that this would be all built up. Never happened. Right next to a major airport. That shows you the difference in real estate markets and what creates value. You go down around even Midway, which isn't a premium airport in Chicago, you'll pay 450 grand for a 2-story flat. Over here, it's still farmland. It's apples and oranges. I got lucky. Here comes a plane. Wasn't supposed to be overcast like this today. Go on, Daisy. Go on, hon. Go on. Jump. Yeah, you're not kidding me. That's a rough road, isn't it? I haven't driven down there in a long time. See, here's a Spirit Airlines A320. One thing that's doing well, and they're everywhere, liquor stores. Yeah, she's a really cool dog. Yeah. She's riding around. See, this is like an older area, you know. This is when like Detroit, this was all like after World War II, a lot of these houses, big yards. They still have dirt roads that go through this town. Right next to a major airport. It's crazy, isn't it? Hey, Catherine. They just get a whiff of something. Get a good whiff of something, hon? I don't want her face sticking out the window while a rocket hit her in the eye. So I leave it up where she can't stick her face out. I want you to get a rock in that. Oh, tons of bar stuff here out of business. I see that place is still hanging in there. But a lot of these small bars, man, I bet you can't give a bar away right now. It started with smoking. I can't answer that or it'll end the chat. Liquor, beer, liquor. You got to give the government credit for realizing that people are not going to quit drinking or smoking no matter what. And with that in mind, you can charge crazy taxes. You know, I don't think it's like that anymore, air cooled. I don't think it's like the old days. All the, party stores that look like you get murdered are all gone. It's like that church went, no, I guess that's still, a lot of places aren't doing maintenance anymore. Can't afford it. You can't tell if places are closed or open. There's the old tornado siren. This is the kind of place when the tornado siren goes off, you get pissed because it's interrupting your TV show. And you keep on watching until the roof comes off and the power goes out. I'd say I've been doing it my whole life, but putting it on video, maybe 7 years, something like that, 8 years. Yeah. Again, I don't know that I help them that much. I think that's a little nice, like few minutes, but isn't anything to hang my head on. Hey, Shonda, how you doing? The damn chat hasn't been working at all out of my room. Just buffers. I don't know why it's like that. See, now I'm an Inkster. A lot of good athletes came out of here, Inkster and Romulus both, which is where I just came from. See all these like small businesses? All tits up. Oh, I guess I can't go over there yet. Now this used to be a party store that looked like you'd see something in a movie, but I shut that down. Now they can enact these ordinances and find ways to close you down. Too many 911 calls, too many fights, attractive nuisance kind of along the same lines. But Michigan Avenue has all been redone, nice road. All these old motels and hotels hang in there. No, never been to England, no. I have not. I was a pretty heavy photography collector for years, so I had thousands of photo albums of England. You know, you got a big jump on us with as far as photography goes. A lot more of it at a lot earlier time. I think this guy's got the Astro beat. Plus, he's got a dealer plate on it. There's a lot of dollar stores all over the place too. Dollar General. Yeah, roads aren't usually this wide. This is the longest continuous highway, I think, in the country. Michigan Avenue goes all the way to Chicago. I mean, Route 66 fits in there some kind of way too. I'm not sure what the difference is. Yeah, I know. I mean, he said he always wanted a town car. Well, I think I'm gonna sign off here, you guys. I got video I'm gonna upload, and I usually get the clerk at the hotel something to eat. So I'll try and do another live later. If it buffers a lot, I'll just say screw it. It's not worth it. It's crazy. Usually I have more trouble buffering on the mobile version, but today it's been great, other than when I was going through New Boston. So I hope you guys have a good night, and I'll be uploading these videos. I'll upload the two shorter ones first, and it'll give you kind of an idea of why it wasn't that great of a day, and then I'll do the Ebony video. Honestly, the Ebony video, I wouldn't get too excited about. She's got a lot of people that like her, but she didn't want to show her face. It was basically an extended version of a thank you video. I let her look through the clothes, and I gave her some money that people had sent. But I don't want to bullshit you into thinking this is going to be some great interview that you're going to see her face to face, because you're not. You're going to see her hands and her feet, and you are going to listen to her talk, and she's fun to talk to. But this group that I'm uploading now, I wouldn't be canceling my TV show waiting for them, you know what I mean? Not saying they're bad, but you know, I try and keep it real. Yeah. So have a good evening. I will try and get on later. And party all night. Thank you.